I tried to go as fast as I could make it, and I think I did pretty good. Our guest speaker today, it's a big deal in my books because I want us to always be ahead of the curve, be ahead of everybody else before they start talking about it, and it's a thing. Dave Gardner with Mountain Pacific Bank. We've actually had the opportunity to last minute show up and fill the room. So sorry if we went over too many people, but appreciate that. And it was amazing information. And so I asked him if he could give us some time today, and he said yes, he's going to bless us with his time today to go into greater detail one-on-one with you guys about what he spoke about, and then hopefully get a little Q&A. All right, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Is Romy here? Okay, well, welcome everybody out there in Zoom land as well. For a few of you, this is going to be deja vu. I'm so glad to see you back. It's a pretty hot topic. Everybody wants to talk about it. So we'll get going. It's not about rates and mortgages. This is just a joke. And if you got your phone on and you need to take calls, please, this is what we do for a living. Everybody can see this all right?
Yeah.
You see it all right? Okay. So what we're going to talk about again today is accessory dwelling units and how we segregate them and how we get them ready for sale and how you represent your buyers and your sellers in this upcoming market, because this is game changing.
So Roosevelt wasn't, huh?
Wasn't. So here's why we're here today. Almost every jurisdiction in the state has some form of accessory dwelling unit code, meaning their internal code, prior to July of last year. What happened in July of 2023 is the state came down heavy-handedly and said, everything you've been doing with accessory dwelling units, we're going to go ahead and put it on steroids and require you to implement. So that's House Bill 1337. The state, as a big brother, has come down and pushed every jurisdiction into an entirely new set of how they're going to review accessory dwelling units. We're going to use City of Everett. The City of Everett has already implemented this requirement. So Everett is one of the very few jurisdictions that already has it built into their code. Okay. Seattle has had ADUs for a lifetime, and they're kind of the pioneers for this, but they haven't updated their code based on the law yet. So when they do, some of the stuff that Seattle's been doing will change. So that's why it's important to kind of get out ahead of this. And Chris and I have talked a little bit on getting out in front, because this is what's important to your entire marketplace. I'm going to show you how to research city and county, because every city you're going to go into is going to be different. They will not have they won't just copy Everett. They will have some nuances. So I'm going to teach you how to research what they're adopting and how to look at it. And then the other part you're going to learn about me is not only do I take care of my clients myself, I'm also on speed dial. Cindy will tell you I never answer my phone, right, Cindy? So as a result of this, you're going to have a great understanding of 1337. That's the House bill that got passed. We're going to talk about understanding the difference in how we segregate these units and what that means. We're going to talk about the possible pitfalls of condos versus fee simple. Identifying different types of condos and some of the costs associated, and then understand how this is different than the old ADU law and ordinances. Everybody good so far?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is what we think about typically when we talk about accessory dwelling unit. Someone's going to carve off their backyard next to the alley, and they're going to put in a small apartment or a mother-in-law. Okay. Well, an ADU can be part of the existing residence. So let's say you have one of these big old houses in Tacoma eventually, or downtown Everett, that's got a 3,000 square foot main floor. I'm being exaggerated, but let's say it's 2,000 square feet. That entire floor can be accessory dwelling unit now. It's not limited to the square footage we'll see later, but because it's internal to the building and it exists, you can take the entire floor and make it an income. Okay. This unit in Everett is restricted to 1,000 square feet. Okay. Does not include garage, does not include porches, does not include decks. So 1,000 square feet of living. I grew up in 972 square feet, 3 sisters and 1 bathroom. I still twitch, okay? But it's possible. why now? So keep in mind, Everett is our basis for a lot of this conversation because they've implemented. Everett's projected to get over 300,000 people in the next 20 years. The current population of Everett is 112,000. So in essence, 2.5 times, right? Everett, just 2.5 times Everett. We need 2 more Everetts. Okay, and that's just Everett. That's not the entire Puget Sound. That's not all of Seattle and Tacoma and everything else. So you get an idea where our growth is going. And then we add jobs to that because they may not live in Everett. They may be commuting in. So roughly an impact of 500,000 people. We have 5 ships coming into Everett. Y'all aware of this? Mm-hmm. We have 5 ships coming to Everett with an average of 450 families or sailors per ship. Just that over the next couple of years is a huge impact. So if you're looking at veterans and VA loans and accepting one as a listing, please do it. If you're the listing agent, I'll help you navigate it if you think it's a big deal. So City of Everett, again, they're set up to absorb anywhere from 20 to 40 or 40%. This is our current population. When we're done, I'm going to give you a different set of slides, Danielle, to send out. So as long as you sign up with Danielle or send me your information directly, you'll get the email slides and you'll see these links in there.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yep. House Bill 1337 has language in there like you will and you must. Okay, not willy-nilly, it's you will and you must to every city and every county inside the urban growth area. Now, cities and counties have up to 6 months from the time they implement their latest review of their comp plan. So you could see some jurisdictions waiting until early 2025 before they implement. And as part of one of the things I'm going to send Danielle, and I think some of you have already gotten, I think Cindy got it, Aaron, you got it, the flyer from Commerce. When I send that out, you'll see what links to all these different jurisdictions in this pamphlet. So you can go see if their ordinance is not dated after July of 23, they're still working off of old code. I think you were talking about Marysville earlier, about something in Marysville.
Arlington, Marysville,
Yeah, they haven't implemented yet. So what you're focusing on is when are they going to accept their comp plan and when are they going to implement this? Because everybody drove past Marysville and went to Arlington for a lifetime. Yeah. Marysville has so many huge properties, big properties, and great soils. Who can tell me why great soils might be important when we're doing this?
Septic.
Not septic, but different fluid, stormwater.
Yeah.
Because if you have 20 feet of sand, your issue is stormwater goes away really quick. Interesting side note, Marysville has bottomless catch basins because their sand is so great. Their soil is so awesome. So the state says every residential lot, the city and county inside the urban growth area, so every residential lot, not rural, not farmland, not country land, but every residential lot, the jurisdiction must allow up to 2 units, 2 additional units. Think about that. How many of you live in a really nice neighborhood, right? Now picture your neighbors are going in with a permit to get 2 accessory dwelling units in their backyard. Zoning means nothing anymore.
Square footage either?
Square footage either.
Doesn't matter.
Nothing.
Impervious surface?
Now that's a drainage issue, so that's going to come under drainage and engineering. Okay, so there'll still be some issues, but drainage is drainage, and so if you're only doing 1,000 square foot, chances are you may get a hall pass or a minor engineering feat. The biggest thing with drainage is if you're helping someone list a property and we're talking about drainage, think about it this way. I need to gravity that water somewhere. And if I can't hit some kind of native growth protection area and let it go out naturally, then I need to get it out to wherever the public storm system is. So not only I have to treat it and then get it there. Yeah. So if you're on an island, right, if you're in a place where you can't get rid of your stormwater, we don't pump up stormwater. So that is when you're starting to think about things and you're thinking about storm drainage, think about gravity.